Look at that. Ooh, dear. Hey, how you getting on? It's I, incorrectly color graded Megamind, and I'm here with a spontaneous video that I hadn't planned. It's a bit of a detour from my usual videos, but still I thought it'd make for an interesting test. One comment I keep getting from you guys is that for my speaker videos and amp videos, you would like to hear full mix clips. The only problem is I haven't done a mix in the best part of a decade, and I was never too great at it, but still, I want to improve my videos, I want to improve my content, I want to grow, so I'd really like to do that. Now, this room is completely untreated, so I was looking into solutions, how you can use software to bypass that, because I'm a cheapskate. And lucky for me, I'd met the people from IK Multimedia several times at this point, just never really had anything that we could do together because I already had a Tonex pedal, and my channel doesn't really focus so much on modeling and profiling. But now I noticed they had the Arc, and being the cheapskate that I am, I contacted them asking them if you could use third-party measuring microphones to set that up, to which they replied, yes you can, but just send us your address, we'll send you the Arc X hardware unit. And that's what they did. This is it. I have it now. It's an interesting unit. I haven't set it up yet. I thought we'd set it up together and then we'd try to measure how drastic the effect of this thing is. Also, quick shout out to Gravity Stands who sent me these monitor stands you might be able to see behind me here, because before that, my monitors were blasting at my nipples, and I just suspect that's not very conductive to making a good mix. They wanted nothing in return. They're just very supportive of the channel, and I really appreciate that, and I just want to give them a little shout out. So as far as I understand it, the Arc X goes between your studio monitors and your interface. It has XLR ins and outs on the backside, as well as a USB-C connection for the software provided to apply the EQ corrections, and this connection for the power supply. The front has two LEDs and an on and off button, as far as I understand. I've done nothing with this yet other than register it in the IK Multimedia software so that I can use the program. It comes with this measurement microphone, which we're probably going to use, no, most definitely going to use to take some measurement points so that the software can do its room correction, and then we're just going to see what the software can do and what the effects are. Now, how am I going to measure the effects? I already mentioned that I haven't done a mix in the best part of 10 years, and I was never really good at it. And for me personally, I'm not sure how helpful it is seeing people demo these kind of stuffs that make great mixes, apply this stuff, and then make slightly even better mixes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it my weird test engineering way. I've got this stereo bar on this gravity stand with the clamp here. I'm going to clamp that to the table in front of me and position that where my head would be when I'm listening to a mix. And I'm going to use this stereo pair of Sennheiser MKH8020 microphones that Sennheiser sent me for an upcoming project that I will use to record room sounds with. I haven't used these before either, and I thought this would be a great opportunity to test all kinds of things. The room correction from the Arc Studio, my monitor placement, as well as these stereo mics to see how good they work. I'm going to pan the one on the right, hard right, and the one on the left, hard left. And then we're just going to play an old demo of my band. Before and after, I'm going to switch the room correction in and out to see how drastic the effect is. Because otherwise, if I'd mix something before and after, the output would be very much dependent on my ability to mix, of which I'm not very certain is there at this point. So I thought, rather than measuring how the quality of my mix improves, we're just going to quantify the effect of the system. So let's go. All right, I've got everything set up. Note to self, buy shorter XLR cables. I've got meters of cables behind my desk that nobody needs right now. So let's start the software, Arc. First things, we can just select an audio device, audio to USB. Okay, here we select our microphone. I'm using the microphone provided. Select how the measurement and the analysis is supposed to work. So we get to select a listening area, studio monitor mix, wide area, back area, home theater, project studio. What's the difference? Project studio has that layout. Monitor mix has, oh no, don't have that. Don't have that. Absolutely don't have that. And definitely don't have that. So Project Studio is the setting we're going for. Accuracy, let's go for standard. Fast mode disabled. No, countdown 5 seconds. Measurement points. Now the question is, do I just hold this thing? I think I should be using a mic stand for this. Hold on. But I do want more than 5 seconds countdown. Give me 10. Okay. Here goes nothing. Look at that. Ooh, dear. So orange is post and blue is pre, so before the calibration. And I had this huge bump at, what is that, maybe 120 hertz? Ah, it's crazy. And there's a big dip here at 240 hertz. Still there, but not as bad as before. It's okay. Okay. I can select different listening environments here, so it can simulate a portable Bluetooth speaker, smartphone, 49-inch TV, stuff like that, hi-fi speakers, all that stuff. Okay, cool. Right, time for the test. Now, this probably looks very, very silly, but I imagine that these two very sensitive, very valuable omnidirectional condenser mics will work like my ears here. I've got this one panned hard right and this one panned hard left. And what I want to do now is I want to play one of the demo songs my band recorded back in the day. The band was called Destined for Nothing, a name that was sadly prophetic. And then I'm going to just switch the Arc Studio on and off, and hopefully we'll be able to tell a difference. Hopefully this will be able to record a difference for you to hear at home. And there's a few different switch modes we can have here: default, high-end, three-way, classic, AMT7, white, 90s, whatever that means. But yeah, let's go. I'm going to start with the Arc X off. You'll know this riff, and I'll just do some hand signs when I turn it on. Okay, there's a huge difference in the room. With the Arc X on, everything becomes far more glued together sounding. It sounds much more coherent. With the Arc X off, it sounds kind of flat and tinny. The effect is much more drastic than I expected. I'm pretty stoked right now. Let's try that again. Turn it off. That's awesome. Let's compare the different settings we have here. Right. That's cool. I can't wait to start working with this stuff. I hope the differences came through on these condenser mics. I've moved one. Oh shit. Well, I hope the I hope the difference came through on these microphones as well. Fun little experiment. Don't know if this video is any useful to anybody at all, but I felt like trying something out and trying out something new. Let me know what you think in the comments. Is the Arc X Studio worth it? By the way, I should have mentioned, this video is not sponsored. Nobody asked me to make this video. Neither IK, Sennheiser, nor Gravity demanded anything like this or asked for anything like this in return. However, I ticked the sponsored content button on YouTube just to be safe, because strictly speaking, this video features loads of gear that, well, not loads of gear, but a few pieces of gear that technically I didn't pay for. So just to be safe, as I said before, I'm not that kind of nerd. I just don't want the YouTube compliance department kicking my door and complaining about stuff. But yeah, that's all for now. Thank you so very much for watching, and we will return to the regular programming very, very soon. Bye bye.